355, 5 minutes to go.
James.
It doesn't mean to be picky, but is this our strongest team? This team?
The one that they put for.
The one that they put on the table.
Our strongest team. Well, it's a little bit debatable because the ITTF did pretty very well, but I would say more likely that our strongest would be Nick, who's funnily enough the third player. Then Nick, Dylan, and DTF-Oceania.
Who was the second one?
Dylan.
Okay, so Dylan number 2.
Yeah.
Dylan
They're all really similar, so they've all beaten each other.
You're right.
But I would go off of, like, if you were to have to name the 3 best, it would be something like Nick, Dylan, and then, like,
yeah.
honestly, yeah, probably not. I mean, maybe you would want to favor someone like Xavier. Isn't it better international wins, I guess?
Oh, that's all right. I understand. So what you're saying is they're basically all very close, and on many days.
Yeah, the only one who has more consistently good results is Nick and Dylan.
Well, we're playing there in the football, right?
That'll be a 3rd and 4th place. Table 2, I think. Yeah, bronze medal match on table 2. Good.
Like if Australia was struggling, they would put Nick. They'd probably do Nick, Finn, and Dylan. That's probably the 3 songs. That was what they did for the Commonwealth Games. So we're going to go off of what they've been doing for international stuff. It's Nick, Finn, and Dylan, which only one of them got. That would be your go-to. But in terms of actual strength, yeah, I don't know. I would probably put Xavier above them. You know, doesn't make a difference here anyway. So. But if the
Good afternoon and welcome back to the 2023 ITTF-Oceania Senior and Youth Championships. My name is Andrew and I'll be taking you through all the action live from Townsville in Queensland, Australia. We've had a very big day full of exciting matches, but to finish it all off, we have the men's teams final between Australia and New Zealand, a repeat of last year. The defending champions Australia looking to hold the title and New Zealand looking to steal it away. And representing Australia, we have Aditya Sareen, who has been having a fantastic rise, the silver medalist at the 2023 Australian Nationals in the men's singles category. He's one of the best under 15s in the world. He's actually got a 100% win rate, or certainly near it, beat the current under 15 world champion in the teams event at the World Championships for the 15s, where Australia got silver, beating France, the number 1 seeds in the semis. And so a formidable opponent, one of the best players in Australia, is furious in his aggressive game, but also really good back from the table. You think you got him in an awkward position, you're wrong. Just able to fish the balls back and then get back into the points. But facing him from New Zealand, we have Alfred Delapena, New Zealand player, the left-handed player, looking to try and change the scoreline. The claps for everyone getting ready to start in the runaround of the court. Aditya, well known for it, to boost the confidence as we start the first match of a best-of-5 singles, game number 1, with the New Zealand to serve, Lovell. Bit of fortune off the top of the net, but nonetheless, a good open up and the run around again. He boosts his confidence and getting the legs pumped, the blood moving. Heavy backspin. Despite the slight misread of the serve, the feeling still there to win the point. Angles wide, but nonetheless, like I said, he's good from back from the table and just getting those balls on. An absolute wall of defense. And one slip and balls past you. Now leading by 4, a very strong start. Of course, it's a best-of-5 match for the teams as well. First to 3, playing to result. First to win 3 matches. That's number 1 of a possible 5. Aditya steamrolling in full control. Not letting a single point drop, leading by 5 here in the opening game. A good read on the long topspin serve. One of the brightest shining stars of the next generation of Australian players, along with Nicholas Lum and Finn Liu. Ooh, what a receive on the serve to put the first point on the scoreboard for New Zealand. The backhand wide to the forehand. But a shot strong as can be. And a player calm, collective, leading by 6. heavy backspin serve short to the forehand, getting the second point. Of course, the final 2 matches of the day. In the inside out forehand, you can see how he contacted the ball down into that center line. Now 2 points away from taking the first game of this best of 5 singles match. It's a good open up, but nonetheless, Aditya ready, patient. Just using the wrist to counter it back. Using the pace given to him by the open up that Alfred produced. Now 8 game points. And I said he is a wall. And that is the performance that he has produced. 11-2 in the first game. A dominating game, number 1, to lead Australia in the first match by 1 game. We'll see what the players have for game number 2 if Alfred can find a way to crack the wall. That is so far not moving. We'll be back for game number 2 after this. And so as the players are back for game number 2, Aditya leading by 1, the one in green and gold, looking to secure the first win on the road to gold for Australia with the serve. Second game, Lovell. A good flick on the third ball after the serve. The ball slightly coming up, a slightly weaker ball, and Aditya seeing and taking advantage of it. And it really is impressive on how strong he is at such a young age. He's still under 15, at 15 years, looking to represent, and again this year at the World Champs in the under 15 teams. And the heavy backspin, that chop, the feeling on the receive. Has some of the best feeling in Oceania, now leading by 4. Talking about feeling deep as can be, a soft block on the white baseline. I mean, it's just not budging. No mercy, not a single point won yet for New Zealand. And out of the last 17 points, 19 points, only 2 have gone to New Zealand. And there's another one. The down the line serve on the white line. And having the bat band not enough to deal with that side spin. Oh, caught on the forehand, the step around on the backhand, seeing it early. Punished for moving too early. Fast reflexes from Alfred. And a fight for a point. He is not giving any chances to Alfred, leading by 5. That's one more point closer to taking the second game. Alfred not finding an answer here. There's one. Slightly slower ball. And there's another. The heavy batsman on that center line. Aditya looking to try and change the direction, but slightly miscalculating from the spin. Still 3 points away from taking the second game. That's another. The fight back continuing from Alfred. It's down by 6. Now only by 3. Half of the job has been completed. The defense not flinching. 1 point closer to victory. Fault serve. Not a good time to do it in this later stage. And a dismissive backhand wide to the forehand, covering that middle so well. Now leading 2 games to love. The New Zealand player Alfred having no answers. The answers working, just shut down by the 15-year-old from Australia, showing his skill, his class, that he is a world-class player. We'll be back for game number 3 to see what Alfred can do to shut down this incredible aggression from the Australian player. A player who does not miss at all. And the player who is back onto the court and running around. I love it. The momentum boost. Again, getting that blood pumping through the body. Now with on the receive. Alfred to serve, to find a way to fight into this match. The third game, level. Ball kicking into the middle. Just sculling the top of the bat. Extra topspin, the extra kick. Powerful. The step, the little movements, the micro adjustments. Any ball coming, just destroyed. Bit of fortune on the edge of the table. And heavy backspin serve. We'll level the field at 2-all. Alfred take a lead in this third game. The fortune from the edge returned back. Some delayed table tennis karma here. And the slower ball. The two players drilling it with the patience. The ball not coming to the bat, just dropping back a little bit early. Alfred completely miscontacting it. Now again down by 2. Serve extending the lead. DTS still in full control, not looking at all like Alfred can find the answer. I mean, he makes it look so easy. The placement, and of course, from here, the ball. Looks like it's just been placed, but the amount of spin on there. Micro wrist movements to add the extra spin. The contact on the different parts of the bat as well. All these factors that these players are having to think about. Things that are not necessarily easy to see. Like that right there. The contact. How that adds the extra spin. Now leading by 5. We'll make that 6. 2 points away from taking the first match for Australia. Now 7 match points to take the first match cleanly for Australia. That's another match point saved. That does it. 11-5. 3 games to love. A commanding win for the 15-year-old from Australia. Australia now leading 1 match ahead. And it's something that is so insane about this team is how each player, the 5 players, Nick, Finn, Dylan, Aditya, and the one coming on the court here, Xavier, they're all so strong. And arguably all at very, very similar levels. They've all beaten each other. Of course, that means that Australia has the luxury of really just putting whoever they want into this team. And we'll be seeing results the same. So clean. like the 15-year-old from Australia. We'll see what the two new players on the court, Xavier Dixon and his opponent Timothy Choi, now have. Timothy has been having a really strong tournament and a few unfortunate losses, most notably his match against Ocean Belarus. A fantastic fight. Was 3 match points. Had 3 match points against, actually 4 match points. 10-7 up and 13-12 up. Was just not able to seal at Ocean, performing one of the best comebacks of this tournament, if not the best. But nonetheless, the spirit that he has still here. We'll see how that translates into this match against Xavier Dixon. He did really well making the semis of last year's Oceania Championships. He beat his compatriot Finn Lu 4-3 in the semis and going down to Chris Yan 4-3 in the semifinals. And like Ditia, a very, very strong player, is easily able to get back into the point despite being on the back pedal. And as a taller player, is really good on the recovery of the wider shots, the wider angles. Just each player unique from the Aussie team. So the players have their 2-minute warm-up to feel for the game. We thank our umpires. We have our main umpire, of course they both rotate, but the main umpire for this match, we have James Hung, and our assistant umpire, we have Philip Esteen. And so the thumbs up as we get ready for the second match of this men's team finals. Australia leading 1 match ahead now. Now Xavier looking to put it at 2, or will Timothy bring an incredible fight, seeing as a little bit injured. Despite that playing well, can he level the field for New Zealand? Good serve and third ball, the flick over the table. Wide to that forehand side. There's the aggression. Getting in early, taking that initiative. A slightly slower ball not coming to the bat of Xavier. The heavy backspin to that center line. Now to level it at 2-all. Oh, the sudden change at the last minute. And Timothy on the run. A slightly slower ball, but loaded with spin. You can see the ball kicking off the bat, off the table. And no hesitation there. Xavier maintains his 2-point lead, but Timothy is putting up a fight and making him work for it. A good change from the center to the backhand. The ball slightly deeper, sculling the top of the bat of the New Zealand player. Oh, he found it. Running to cover the backhand, the faster serve, and yet he still was able to get that forehand down the line. The footwork of the teenager. And the heavy spin of the ball, kicking up into the bat, but just too much. The ball going long to give Xavier 3 points away from taking the opening game. And the serve certainly makes it better. Nothing to note, Xavier, the number 3 in Oceania here as well. Now, 6 game points up against Timothy from New Zealand. I mean, it was good recovery, but not enough. 11-4 in the first game. Still Australia dominating this team's match. Every single just so strong. Every player showing their styles, but just not missing a ball. New Zealand struggling to find an answer to shut down that, not just the aggression, but the consistency. So we're back for game number 2 after this. And so as the players are back for the second game, Xavier in full control, dominating the first game 11-4. We'll see if Timothy can find a way to level it at 1 apiece. And that is some power right there. The rotation with the body and the arm. We can hear the crackling sound as the bat contacts the ball. Oh, how well fought was that? The quick down the line covered the hooking forehand to get the first point for New Zealand in this game. But that one won't come back. Curving just away. Oh, absolutely dismissive forehand Timothy putting everything to step around the corner, and Xavier just ready to rip it to the wide forehand. Calm leading now by 4 and making it look so easy. Extra spin, not making that ball come down. Just floating a little bit long. Skull off the top of the bat. Slightly mishitting. Oh, what a forehand! I mean, these two players, you can see the smile, Timothy, very much happy with that shot. The player who took Dylan Chambers to 4. One of the few Australian players to beat a top 50 player in the world. Of course, Finn Liu was the other from the Commonwealth Games. Eugene Wang from Canada. A slower push deep into the body. Oh, well played. Timothy really trying hard, but the ball is just being out of reach. A good read on the serve. Flick lots of power. Again, you can hear by how the ball contacts the bat. Harder sound. Xavier now 2 points away. Oh, he did well. He did well to get that first one. Timothy not allowing the ball. Now 1 point away from leveling the field. Timothy putting a fantastic fight despite the slight injury. Seeing all of the things on his leg. It's a little bit of frustration. Xavier now with 2 game points and the serve to try and take the second game and give Australia a 2-game lead in this match. That is 1 game point saved. Oh, from the body, the slight step around down the line to the forehand side from out of position. Of course, being a taller player, he does have a much bigger, weaker middle. But when you add a level like Xavier, the middle just doesn't matter. Being able to step, just going back that little bit over to the side to cover it. Not just get it on the table, but a very well placed quality shot to take the second game 11-9, a tighter second game. Timothy making the Australian work hard, is starting to find his rhythm to break even. Of course, this is what he needs. The confidence, the aggression, and the intent on every point he plays. Where it's going to go, how much spin there's going to be on the ball. Lots to think about. Now trailing down by 2. Xavier, known not to give points easily, is going to come back fighting even harder to snuff out the hope from New Zealand. I mean, that reaction from Timothy shows you how wide that ball was placed. Almost losing his balance just to try and regain himself. And Timothy truly is a strong player for the men's side from New Zealand. A bright future for him. He's competing so well with these strong players from Australia. Australia, of course, being the most dominating country in Oceania for table tennis. Ooh. It was a risk, and a risk well paid off. The slightly extra spin to prevent that block from contacting the table. That's level 4-all. Australia to serve. A bit of fortune off the edge. Timothy playing a lot stronger in this set. Seems every game just slowly but surely leveling himself up. I mean, keep this in mind. If the ball touches your shirt, you lose the point. So the fact that he got that back on without that happening is impressive alone. I love how animated he is. After every point, he knows when he's out of position and just the whole body following through with it. And that is the extra spin down from the ground. Timothy with a slower shot, showing why speed is not always needed to win points. The ball drifting along, Xavier not able to get on top of it now. 6-all in the second towel break. I mean, he had no chance of getting that. You can see how much he was putting to cover the middle. Xavier knowing he had no chance of getting the next one, taking the ball as early as possible down the line. You can see him getting closer and closer to the table. And that is one more point closer for Australia to not only take this match, but take a 2-match lead. Only requiring one more to not only win the gold medal but qualify for the world champs and defend their title. The fault serve, the long serve, of course. Players that fold, it's not because they don't know how to serve, it's because they're trying to get that extra risk, getting it as deep as possible on that white line. What a rally! Timothy hooking that ball, adding the extra spin, not just countering it as fast as he can. The spin paying off. The second one does at 11-7. A well-fought battle by Timothy despite what seems to be an injury. Of course, Australia just too strong. Xavier, 3 games to love. 3 games to nil, giving Australia a 2-love lead in this team's match. They're now 1 away from sealing the deal for their country and bringing it home again. We'll be back for the next match between the #1 in Oceania, Nicholas Lum, the 18-year-old, the left-handed sensation from Australia, has had an incredible international success in the junior side, the youth side, winning multiple under-17 youth contender events. And he'll be playing Roger Wang from New Zealand, the player on the court in blue, known for his fierce counter topspin. A ball coming to his forehand, he'll be ready to drill it into the opponent. We'll see what the players have to bring as they come to the court. They prepare for the 2-minute warm-up and the toss. The umpire now just having a look at the racket, Philip. There is Nick from Australia, the one in green and gold. And the current defending Oceania champion. And Oceania Cup champion. Here's the toss to decide who will serve. Roger wins the toss. Maybe it was Nick that won the toss. Sounded like he was asked whether he wanted to serve or receive. Could be wrong, but we will find out very shortly as the players get a 2-minute warm-up to feel the game. Get themselves moving, their blood boiling. Of course, Nick, being that left-handed, also very strong in the doubles, and we've seen his success recently in the Olympic qualification with Minhee G from Australia, the mixed doubles. Because that's another thing to note, Nick has qualified for the Olympics. And that is also something to have in the back. Thoughts? We're dealing with an Olympic athlete here. One of many that Australia has produced. Player full, explosive power. I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of us in this match as the players get closer to finishing the 2-minute warm-up. Now New Zealand with a must-win match from here on out if they are to try and perform a comeback and win the gold medal. Of course, Australia is going to try everything they can to deny Any success for New Zealand now. New Zealand to serve, or receive rather, Nick to serve. Both starting with N, New Zealand, Nick. And of course, Nick, a very different country that he is playing for, Australia. Two very well played points. First, a good receive, the heavy backspin short to the fly in the second. The open up into the middle of Nick to lead by 2. And as deep as can be on the white line, you can hear as the ball hits the rubber, the hurricane rubber, I'm pretty sure, the equipment he uses. And good control, not trying to drill it too much. Just taking the slow one. Roger still leading by 2 on the receive. Oh, what a backhand. He covered the middle well with what looked to be like a kind of pancake lollipop shot. The backhand just ripping past Roger. A good receive of the half-long serve. Players always trying to find a way to get into the point first. There's a bit of an awkward open up, but the backhand to seal the deal, one of the best shots that Nick has, where he uses that wrist to add the extra pace. Of course, something else very well known for the serves. He's won a lot of points on them throughout the years. Roger finding that body deep as can be to level it at 5-all. Nick trying to step around being caught on the backhand side. And a softball. Again, a lot of these players like it when it's fast, and so when you chuck him a slower one, you can really throw the rhythm of the opponent. Both players here now, neck and neck in the first game. The second towel break, 6-all. Neither player able to get that 2-point lead and maintain it. Oh, well found. The footwork of Nick to run around to the backhand down the line. It's one of the best shots that lefties can get because they can really get on that white line. And there's the power I was talking about. The explosive shots that Nick can produce and does produce. Break off the top of the net, a little bit of fortune to put himself 2 points away from taking the first game and putting Australia 2 games away from winning the gold medal, qualifying for the world champs. Of course, the world team champs happens every 2 years in rotation with the singles, the doubles, and the mixed doubles. So next year, we will have the world team champs. Now Nick with 3 game points and with the serve. The Ball just going along the slight spin, the addition. Just a little bit too much. As we enter the later stage, one of the 3 game point save now. With the serve. And that's another one. 1 more to go to level the score at 10-all. And Roger again with the serve. And the change of direction working, a weaker ball coming, and the forehand bringing it home. 11-9, a very tight first game. Roger fighting hard. He's found the placement and he knows how to pin Nick. Of course, Nick consistent with really strong footwork. Of course, one of the territories that comes with being the best is everyone watches your game and tries to find the weakness. Despite that, fighting through it all, taking the first game 11-9. We will be back for game number 2 to see what the 2 players have to bring after this. So as the players come back, I was talking about the World's Team Table Tennis Championships. I found the location being held in South Korea next year. Oh, well played. The slight wrist action to get the power. Of course, using the spin that Nick gives, being able to recover because he doesn't use as much arm. Of course, Fan Chendong, arguably the best backhand in the game, certainly in the current generation. Punished, absolutely punished on the step around. He put everything into it. Nick just calmly blocking it to the wide forehand. Roger nowhere to be seen. A bit of breaker off the top of the net, but a good serve to set himself up that weaker ball to go for. The important part of the game, the serve and the third ball. And the heavy backspin, you can see what Roger was trying to do, the inside out forehand, but just miscalculating. Now Nick leading by 2 on the receive. And a good read on the long serve. Nick with such good feeling now, in full control of the second game, leading by 4. The ball not coming to the bat, slightly slower. Nick trying to finish it quickly. Just miscalculating the speed of the ball. Another well-placed point. The ball curving just that little bit, and again, a missed contact. Save 2 of the 4 points needed to level the score at 5-all. Roger now too close to the table. Nick seeing that, putting it deep, and Roger just not able to get back. And the complete opposite here. Short to the forehand, the backhand wide out to the forehand, loaded with spin. Roger not being able to counter it. Nick extending his 2-point lead back to 4 with the serve. Nick now 2 points away. Now only won 6 game points to take the second game. With the serve. It was a tight first game, but the second game, dominant performance. The adjustment made, no mercy given, 11-4. Now Australia is only 1 game away from taking the match and winning the gold medal, defending the title. And if I'm not mistaken, qualifying for the 2024 World Team Table Tennis Championships to be held in Busan, South Korea. So what I can find will be from the 16th of February to the 25th. The best in the world, best teams, looking to be crowned the world champions. Of course, both Nick and Finn played in that event last year. Now Nick to serve. Level. A good touch, the short game. On the center line, a short forehand. It was a risky serve, and against most players would work, but Nick, the fast reflex, is just ready to get that long serve. With the wrist adding the extra top spin, the block going long. Oh, what a point! Fantastic! The counter exchange, and Nick taking the drill to a level, the down the line cross court, stepping on the forehand on that backhand side, and you just knew it was gone. You knew if that went on the table, which of course it did, the point would be over. So of course, when Nick's shots are going, they are going strong, and it's very hard for anybody to get past him. That's why he did so well in the Oceania Champs last year. Interesting, interesting. Good read on the serve. A bit of fortune to level it at 5-all. Still anybody's game. It's not over until the last point is played. Roger fighting his hardest to take down the giant in Oceania, Nicholas Lum. And a power shot, the extra spin. Now leading by 1. The number 1 in Oceania. And the touch just going the side. 6-all in the second towel break. As we've seen Nick doing very well in the later stages, the mental game, tough as steel. Now with the serve. And one of the elements that makes him so stronger in the later games is his serve, knowing how to add pressure for the receiver. And there we go, 2 outright points on the serve. I mean, it always is great when they show exactly what you're meaning. It's like a demonstration. Whoa! What a forehand. Again, Nick really, really well covering the forehand with that backhand sound. The step around so quick. The ball just, you can't get to it. But not this time. Now 2 points away from taking the match for Australia. And with the serves, 3 match points now, so strong. And if I'm not mistaken, that is 3 for 3 so far. And the point, a backhand to win it. Australia winning 11-7, 3-0, and they win the team's match 3 matches to 0. A fantastic, strong performance by the Aussies. New Zealand trying to put up a fight, but just not enough. Australia so strong in this tournament as they take it away in a really convincing manner. So congratulations to Australia, the gold medalists. They will be competing at the World Championships again. So the handshakes, and a big congratulations to New Zealand on the silver medal. There's a lot to look forward to from the country. They are getting stronger every year. Of course, there has to be a winner, and it is Australia. We'll be back for more tomorrow, starting with the women's singles group at 9 o'clock. So be ready for the action to come for day number 4. This is Andrew Udall signing out.